welcome to Excel Basics Plus. In today's session, we're going to have a very quick look at preparing your data, getting it ready to create a pivot table to give you some better insights into your data. Now we're looking at the cricket players. This is the indoor cricket team, a whole pile of different people in different teams, and the due payable that they need to pay to be part of that team. What we need to do is work out who has paid and who hasn't. So a very simple way is to add to our existing table and a very quick header of paid ? Instantly gives you another column in your table and instantly can reference other data within the table. So what I'm going to look at is sort of saying, well, let's say we use the word yes if they've paid. And for the sake of the data, we'll say that 1 in 3 people have paid. I'm just going to send that down like that so that we can get the data out of the 40 cricket players we've got. And so we should have, roughly 11 odd 12 odd that had paid. What this then leaves us with is we can actually now look at who has paid and who hasn't very easily. A couple of ways of doing it. Very simplistic, obviously. We can look at who hasn't paid by simply filtering, taking out the yeses. Straight away, we can see that all of these people haven't paid, and we can actually see that there's 26 people that haven't paid, which must mean that 14 have. What we could also do, if I unclear that filter, we could actually create a pivot table on this data. Now, quick pivot table, a reminder, a refresher, you click on the Insert tab in your ribbon and you click Pivot Table. It instantly selected Table 2 and it's going to set it up in a new worksheet. Now, you could change it to existing worksheet. I'm going to have new worksheet for now. So it's going to create one for me. Press OK, and here's our pivot table base. Now, obviously on this side, we're looking at, these are all the fields that we've got. What we want to say is the debt paid? So we're going to use that as our filter. We're going to put that into the filters field. And up here in the drop down, I'm actually going to select the blank cells because the blank cells are those people that have not paid. And I'm going to press OK. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag down the player into the rows column. Now this gives us the 26 people that have not paid, remember, because our filter is set to blank, so it does not include any player where they have actually paid their dues. The next thing I'm actually going to do, and this is where pivot tables are a bit more agile, is that you can move your data around as you see fit. Now we could put the team after the player, or we could actually move the team before the player, and that will now group our players by the teams that they're in. So that means, for instance, that Fred might manage the under-18s. Well, we can instantly give Fred the under-18s list and say, hey, these people haven't paid. And then what we can actually do is put in the values. The values is the dollars that remain unpaid, and we can right-click number format and change to accounting so that we can see those dollar signs. So that is a very quick and easy way of instantly getting those lists together. Now you can also change your headers. We can actually put in here, for instance, the team. And here we can put dues payable. What you can't do is use the same name because it is the sum of that field name. So as an example, we come back to the data set. We've got dues. We can't use just dues in here because it's the sum of dues. Now, the other thing we can quickly do is if we come into the Design tab on our ribbon, we can actually, we can leave our subtotals where they are because I think that's good to have. The under-18s will actually give us a total of all players. Under 25 is the same again. The grand totals we can leave on because we've got, we want to know what the total outstanding is. But the report layout, I'm actually going to change to the tabular form. So what this then does is it actually brings your fields to the right rather than underneath of each of the top level fields. So we've still got the totals. You can see that. We can actually come in here and actually highlight these, and we'll just put them in a nice yellow color there. And we can then actually extract those lists if we wanted to. If you had the coach's name in our data for each of the teams, you could actually then sort by the coach, or even have it up in the filter and actually display individual reports based on the coach name. So then you could actually, the coach would only have to go into his tab or her tab to see who hadn't paid. So look, that's a quick and easy pivot table just to show you. You can do so many different things with it. We can shift the teams over to the columns so that you're just looking at player names. So straight away, we then get a grand total on the right of the rows, and we also still get the grand total on the columns. So we can see the grand totals for each of the teams, and it gives you a grand total on the right because it is expecting potential data in each of these each of the rows. Now, because it's an individual, we're only going to be seeing one amount because they're only in one team. So you can turn that off. Very easy ways. Back into the design tab, grand totals, and you have it on for columns only. It removes your grand total column on the rows. You've still got it for the columns. So it's very easy to do. Once again, I mean, you could even move player into the columns. It's not as usable, but you can do it. I'm going to move it back, and we'll leave it like that for now. All right, that was a super quick and easy video just on preparing your data and creating a pivot table. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep practicing, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.